Mimi si mganga. Mimi am not a seer. Those MPs of William Ruto hawa wanamfuata. Pale mwisho William Ruto atabaki peke yake.
Example know, munisikize vizuri. Do you for example know that a few members of your committee collected 10 million shillings so that you could pass that law on anti-money laundering? Did you get the money? So, si tunataka tukubaliane. See, we are one team. Yes, there are people who are destroying the credibility.
Thank you as a house, particularly the Honorable Murugara and Honorable Wandeto for having found it within their powers and necessary to bring the statement and the motion which I didn't approve, but which I informed the House and allowed Honorable Wandeto to have the first bite.
It has been one of the most contested bone of contention in the Parliament of Kenya recently. The news in regards to President William Ruto alleging that most of the members of Parliament in the current Parliament are corrupt. Now this has set out a new precedent as a lot of people try to think about what the president said. But to my surprise is that President William Ruto's allegation of 150 million bribe scandal has currently led to a plot to remove or unseat the current Speaker of the National Assembly, Honorable Speaker Moses Masika Wetangula. Now, according to some certain info and intel that is currently being leaked to us, we are receiving intel that a plot is being hatched, and the man who is currently in lead of the motion to impeach one Speaker Moses Wetangula is none other than the Member of Parliament of South Mogirango, that is Honorable Sylvanus Osoro, who is also the majority whip in the current Parliament. Now, Sylvanus Osoro is alleged to be the one to table the impeachment motion against Speaker Moses Wetangula. Now, why are they all playing this card right now? Remember, we have all been fighting a certain thing that is currently happening in the country, and the conversation are revolving around President William Ruto's alleged plot by these members of Parliament to seek money from the cabinet. According to blogger Coletta Luda, she says Moses Wetangula impeachment as the Speaker of the National Assembly will be celebrated by every Kenyan. He is full of himself. Sylvanus Osoro is preparing an impeachment motion against the Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula. Is the talk of the town, the talk of the day, one which has caught the attention of the nation. The National Assembly Speaker Moses Wetangula is under fire as MPs currently are threatening to oust him following President William Ruto's explosive accusations that parliamentarians pocketed 10 million in bribes to influence legislation. The allegations made during a Kenya Kwanza ODM meeting sparked outrage, prompting MPs to boycott a critical morning session, leaving only 3 legislatures present. Deputy Speaker Gladys Bose Sholei adjourned the session due to the lack of quorum, halting discussions on key government bills. MPs led by Majority Leader Kimani Ichung'wah and Minority Leader Junet Mohammed condemned President William Ruto's claims as an attack on their integrity and the integrity of the August House at large. Now, they demanded that Wetangula and the Senate Speaker Amason Kingi summon Ruto to substantiate his allegations under Article 125 of the Constitution, because there are laid out strategies that, if somebody is in violation of the oath of office or the code of conduct, then they can be answerable through the right quorum. And that is what Kimani Ichung'wah and Junet Mohammed are asking. But you know what? Speaker Moses Wetangula and one Speaker Amason King of the Senate are all playing the card of trying to protect President William Ruto. And that is where now they are currently in disagreement with the other members of parliament, because all the members of parliament are saying that President William Ruto put their integrity at risk and in coercion when he alleged did what? Went ahead to publicly declare that corruption is paramount within the corridors of parliament or the corridors of the National Assembly and the Senate. Now, one Honorable Kipchumba Murkomen affirmed the statement made by President William Ruto with a statement that I currently told you yesterday, and I will read it again. He said, the statement by the President and the ODM leader Raila Odinga about MPs' bribery claims are true. But not all MPs are involved. Even in the Senate, it's a minority. However, some senators have made graft their business. MPs who have engaged in corruption are like egg thieves. But what about parastatals, governors, MDs, and DGs, and some principal secretaries whose fate awaits what fate awaits these chicken thieves? That is what Honorable the Member of Parliament of Kapseret, Honorable Oscar Sudi said. He affirmed the statement of the President that corruption is paramount within the corridors of August House. Now, if Speaker Moses Wetangula protects the President, he becomes an enemy to the members of Parliament who want the President to actually come out and give the names of the alleged corrupt individuals within the August House. Now, going forward, the Homa Bay Senator Moses Kajwang has warned that failure to act would lead to the Speaker's removal. Now, remember, Senator Moses Kajwang speaks with a lot of integrity. When it comes to matters revolving around integrity, Senator Moses Kajwang takes the lead. He has been a voice of reason for so long. Now listen what he said. The President must appear before a parliamentary committee and provide evidence, Kajwang insisted. The boycott disrupted deliberations on bills like the anti-money laundering bill. Listen, they have started laying out threats. And remember, this is where now you come to realize, if the coalition between Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto is currently in jeopardy due to a statement made out of recklessness by the president. But you know what? It's not like recklessness. And I tell you, the gods of Kenya are working in marvelous ways. Why am I saying this? You know, Kenya is a very prayerful nation. That one, you should never forget about it. One thing that you should take to the bank is that President William Ruto's tongue and mind are currently being played around with by the powers above. They're making him to start a fight with people that have been protecting him, so that we as the people of the Republic of Kenya who have suffered under this regime to get to know who this man really is. To get to watch our pigani. You know, that is our joy actually, because we have fought within ourselves for so long, and we have lost a lot of youths fighting for accountability in the Republic of Kenya. Now, going forward, the committee chair, George Murugara, denied claims that his Justice and Legal Affairs Committee received bribes, calling the accusations baseless. Now, George Murugara, he is a member of parliament affiliated to the UDA party. And him saying that the allegations made by the president are baseless, that means the president is a liar and a cheater and a man that cannot be believed. Now, as tensions rise, Ruto launched the multi-agency team, MAT, to combat corruption, signaling a relentless fight against graft. Now, Wetangula's failure to address MP's demands would cost him his position, deepening the rift within the government. Another thing that has come out right now is that the said team, the multi-agency team that was launched by President William Ruto yesterday to fight corruption within the corridors of power in the country, has currently faced a stumbling block. Reason why? A petition was filed seeking to suspend and nullify President William Ruto's decision to establish a presidential multi-agency team on the war against corruption. And this petition has finally found its way into the High Court, where it has been granted. And this petition being granted, that means the team, the multi-agency team that the president launched yesterday to combat and investigate corruption dealings within the executive and the legislature, have suddenly hit a stumbling block. So it is currently null and void, and it remains dysfunctional until the High Court makes another decision. For now, that's what's up. I remind you that this is the Kenyan Daily Report. Please make sure you subscribe and leave a comment on what you think is happening currently, because the impeachment of one Speaker Moses Wetangula is looming.